So yesterday, I killed my Fedora 44. I did something that you never should do. Um, I tried a brand new Vulcan Beta Nvidia driver. Now, I've never ever had the best experiences with the Nvidia Vulcan Beta driver, and I'm going to explain that here just real quick. It sometimes it chooses to work on different distros, but it doesn't work all the time on all the distros. It's really, really, really weird. So instead, what I did, we're going to boot this up real quick, is I went back into the install media, and don't worry, I'm going to make sure that you guys can fully get your view in on this. So I went into the install media and I wanted to do something different. All right. I wanted to just have my Dotfiles. I didn't want XDG desktop dash portal dash GDK. I didn't want GNOME. I didn't want a starting point like Cosmic, KDE, any of this, right? I just wanted something simple and easy. So I went in, I did a customized version. So we're going to just put this down to about 2 gigs because screw it, why not? I'm going to just leave that as a partition. We're going to do EFI. And as always, I always customize everything. I always do. I always will. Like that. And then I'm going to edit this. We're going to set the mount point /boot /EFI. You can follow this if you want. And then, of course, I'm also going to set this mount point to the root. Done. Accept. Try to get over to Runescape if I can. Thank you. And this is really, really, really annoying. With smithing and RuneScape, you got to keep this bar up to a certain point to receive all of the XP. We're going to set our root account. So I need to do that. For the root account, you need to double click done for a not so complicated password. And for this, just enter whatever the hell you want. Done. Software is where everything differs. See where it says custom operating system? You scroll down, you see headless management. You click it, and it provides you with the bare minimum that this has to provide. So there's no GUI whatsoever. Now, if I hit done and begin installation, what it's going to do is it's going to tell you the main amount of packages that you will be downloading. So look at that. 501 packages are going to be downloading and installing. Let me actually just leave this like it is and just remove this to DP1. Oops, I forgot to turn it off of DP2. There we go. All right. So now it's technically full screen, but it is what it is. All right. I'm going to just do that. I want to keep up my XP. There we go. So just think about this. You have the bare minimum system imaginable. And Malevolent Armor, I gotta go research that. You're basically not dealing with anything you don't want. You're basically being given the choice of how do you spell effigy? Is it like F? Okay. All right. You're basically just dealing with bare minimum core Fedora. And I kind of like that. It's nice when you think about it. Oh, I still can't use the goddamn thing. I wanted to use an effigy. All right, we're going to let this finish, and then we'll talk more once we're booted in, okay? All right, we are rebooting, and we are in. And here we go. Our bare minimum install. What do we get? What do we end up getting? Absolutely nothing. That's what we get. We get nothing. We get the kernel, we get the boot, and nothing else. Look, I can't even see it booting up, even though I know it is. There we go. Okay, so, and we're in. Great. DNF list installed. Let's see. This might take a minute. Probably just listing everything that can be installed, isn't it? Yeah. That's probably insane to do. Okay, so now we're going to set up my Dotfiles. Why do I always have to constantly confirm my number to be reached at something? Like, stop it. There we go. Done. Perfect. I need to go into my DMs with somebody because we did this yesterday. Okay, first thing first. Sudo dnf install wget. Okay, can I actually zoom it in? No, I can't make it any bigger. And then, no, I don't need to see you, but I do need to turn the brightness up on my phone to see what I'm doing. Because, again, I am winging this the best that I can. This is not really something that I'm prepared for. As you can see. This is sort of just a crazy video. Event-releases/releases/3.6.2/event Dotfiles dash 3.6.2 .zip. No such spine. Okay, so I must have messed up somewhere. Ryzen do event Verizon issues release download 3.6.2/ Interesting. Oh. Note to self, type wget at the beginning. Why am I like this? And it did download, right? It didn't. There was an error. So there must be a problem. So https github.com Ryzen do event horizon .files dash issues. Is issues capital? It is. Issue. That was the problem. Got it. Okay. Unzip event horizon. Sweet. CD in to. Oh, is it done? We're going to ls again. Oh my god. Clear. All right. ls. Clear. Okay. ls. As you can see, we're in the folder. Okay. So now it's just /install.sh. And I'm going to choose Mango this time. And I'm going to type yes. It's going to add the Terra repos, which is what I want anyway. And then it's going to install all the packages that I need and I want. Very cool, huh? I don't think I can actually get out of here, out of the window. Oh, I can. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I got one more bar to go, and I doubt it's going to give me enough XP to get me to the next level. All right, installing Python pip. Everything is going according to plan. Good. Now, we will be installing SDDM at the end of this. Okay. Now, I just want to run through this to make sure this completely works, which it does. Good. We're going to do sudo dnf install SDDM dash breeze and SDDM dash KCM. And I believe that should do it. You know what? Maybe you should install this. No? What is KCM compared to normal SDDM? If we install Wayland Sway, that ends up being still a ridiculous amount of packages. It's not. Let's install just SDDM Wayland Sway. I swear to God, it just, the DNF in this version is just a pain in the butt. Yeah, see? Now we have to deal with this skip lock file BS. 67 packages. Okay, so we're going to go with this one instead. And then we're going to do systemctl enable dash dash. No, we're just going to do SDDM. And then we're going to start SDDM. Okay, let's see, I like that. Matt's password login. Okay. And it works. Okay. And we have the 2 bars things. By the way, the reason that we have 2 bars is pretty simple. I turned QuickShell into a service. So just go pkill QS and then press Windows 0. And that's it. And you basically have solved it. I need to actually remove the starting of QuickShell from within, well, whatever. And that's it. We're done. And I know this may not seem like very simple to some people, but it did what it was supposed to do. But I guess the real issue is I can't click on anything. Why is the mouse upside down? What is wrong with Mango sometimes that it's upside down? It's so strange. Anyway, I am going to open up the terminal again, and I'm going to cd into event horizon. We're going to do the install again, and I'm going to choose Hyprland. And this is going to install the RPM Fusion repos. Here we go. And it's done. So I could technically just kill pkill mango. If I could type. And that sent us back to the login screen, and then we can just go into Hyprland. I would like to enter my password. And there we go. Check that out. And we have everything that we need up and running. Thank you guys for watching the video. I know this is probably a really, really weird video, but I just wanted to show what's possible from nothing. You do have to start the login screen every single time, even if you enabled it. I think it's set into multi-user mode instead of graphical mode. So I found the command, and it's basically systemctl, and then I think it's enable graphical dot target. Okay. So then we're going to just start the graphical target. And we're going to reboot. And we're going to see if it goes into the login screen. If it does, then we know that that's how it's done. No, that did not do its thing. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I realized the problem after rebooting for the second time. We need to do systemctl set default, and we're going to put graphical.target, and then that's it. And then we basically enable it, and then we reboot, and then that should do it. Sometimes learning is an ongoing process, especially for me in terms of like making a video like this. And there we go. And then we can just log in and we're done. So I'm actually going to do this on my main system that I did this with. And I'm also going to show you how to fix this bug real quick. By the way, this is all that we got installed. Like there's nothing. There's the most bare minimum crap imaginable. Beautiful. So if we head into config, and if we go into Hyprland, I think it's this one. Do you see this? This one right here? Just comment it out like that. Then kill it. And I believe these work now. Yes, they do. Good. And then that's it. Log back in, and guess what? It just starts up like a normal service instead of being forced to start. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this weird concept of a video. It was fun to make, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to comment what you think about this and how bare bones this is and how cool this is, and I will see you in the next video. Subscribe, and also you can support the channel. There's links in the description below for that. Bye-bye.